Caged Bird. The poet of this poem is Maya Angelou. The theme of this poem is that few themes that can be realized in this poem are freedom and confinement, artistic expressions, realistic and civil rights. The caged bird and free bird are two paradoxical metaphors representing the black and white communities of America. The acts of both the birds are accordingly during the civil rights movement and before, as the Afro Americans were confined by the so called superior race. They found alternatives to express their opinions in forms and mediums of art. One such example is this poem. Apart from that, this poem can also have connotations with reference to her childhood and the life Maya Angelou has led. Let us start with the summary of each stanza. First stanza. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. Explanation. The description is of a tree bird and the liberty that it enjoys. He keeps traveling to the farthest distance along with the river as it wishes to and makes itself a part of the experience by quite physically dipping its wing into the water. As the wind carries the free bird along, it means that circumstances are in his favor. The sun rays shine from the horizon, resembling light and aspirations that the bird wishes to pace by flying high. The bird is able to fly unrestricted and enjoy the beauty of the sunset. The free bird is bold to assert his right over everything under the sun. The sky symbolizes limitless possibilities, resources, and grandeur, and the bird claims it. The free bird symbolizes white American flight is a representation of the liberty that white American community possesses, which is also a major metaphor. Second stanza. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through. His bars of rage, his wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. Explanation to this stanza. The second stanza shows a completely contrasting condition of a bird, a caged bird, while the free bird lives in circumstances that are in his favor and can claim the entire sky as its own. The caged bird lives in a narrow and restricted confinement. The bird is moving up and down in his frustration within the cage, and seldom can he even see or fathom of the true idea of limitless possibilities of a free bird. The caged bird cannot envision nor hope, not even dream of anything. The bars of rage are symbolic for racial discrimination and subjugation imposed by the hatred of the whites. These bars of rage also symbolize sadness, fury, and fear felt by the black Americans represented by the caged bird. The bird's wings are flipped and feet are tied, and the only thing that he can do now is sing. So he opens his throat to sing. Next stanza. The caged bird sings with the fearful thrill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. Explanation of this stanza is that because of the bird's confidence, he sings a song that is tinged with the dread of liberation that the bird does not know but yearns for. The song of the imprisoned bird penetrates a distant hill, traversing a space that his body is unable to access. In the first four lines, the caged bird is terribly fearful. It is a metaphor for how black Americans were afraid of harassment, torture, and even death. He sings about his freedom and opportunity that is denied to him, but adds that it does not stop him from longing for them. It is paradoxical that the song of a confined bird is not confined. The distant hill here is symbolic to the individuals who can help the caged bird. Caged birds cannot be confined for long, as they will struggle against all odds and express their voice, as their song is too powerful to be ignored. Next stanza. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the singing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. Explanation. The idea is switched back again to the view of a free bird who dreams and thinks of things that he loves, such as the soft breeze, forest, and tasty worms that he gets in the morning. These are all the experiences that the caged bird never had. Breeze means never opportunities, and bright lawn means a fair and just platform that is available to the white man. And he is totally oblivious of the sufferings of black men. The free bird seems too busy to sing, as he has more pleasure to enjoy. Yet his ignorance of oppression and slavery is his strength. Fatworms means the choice that the free bird gets to make. The last line means that he is again asserting power on the endless opportunities. Next stanza. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. Explanation. The caged bird's dreams are dead and buried, which is the worst thing that could happen. And if there are no dreams, there is no hope, and then there is nothing except torture. In the second line, the caged bird is not even sure of his identity, which is why he becomes a non living entity that is a shadow. But the last line indicates that even after being in such a worse condition, the caged bird opens his throat to sing, cause that's the only way to express his freedom. The last two lines are an example of repetition. Grave of Dreams implies that the bird's dreams have been killed and destroyed due to the restrictions placed on it. The imagery used to describe the caged bird in the second line is horrific. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown, but long for still, and his tune is heard on this distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. This entire stanza is the uses of a literary device called repetition. The repetition emphasizes that no matter how hopeless and frustrating a situation might be, the caged bird will still continue to sing the song of freedom, and this song will give expression to its sufferings and thirst for independence, and in due course they surely will be liberated, perhaps through the song of freedom. The person who caged the bird will tire of his constant songs and set him free. Thus, his voice is his weapon.